going on, everybody? I am Reece,
I'm Ben GT.
and we are we are starting 2020 off with our own episode. Just us hanging out, having a swell time. So
It's gonna be a good one.
yeah, scared viciously. This thing's gonna hit.
Oh man,
Who knows though?
What do we talk about?
Well, Ben, how did we meet?
Narnia.
Well,
Short visit I took there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, the good old St. Paul and Niagara Falls.
St. Paul.
Yeah.
STP.
Yes.
For those of you who
times.
don't know, I'm a year younger than Reece, so we're kind of separated by grade.
Yeah, we were. And separated at birth as well.
We were
Because we also
actually.
have the same birthday.
This is true. Exactly a year apart, August
Yeah.
18th.
Really weird.
Yeah, St. Paul. I was on tech team, which is basically like the nerdiest group of guys you could ever find. Love you all though. Yeah, we were having some fun making some videos, and then you were with student council.
Yes, I was making videos for student council at the time, just trying to learn how to do things through YouTube. And I'm pretty sure you were doing the same thing though, right? A little bit of Video Copilot, a little bit of Film Riot.
Video Copilot, Film Riot.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? This is Andrew Kramer.
Andrew Kramer here.
Yeah.
What's
What's going on, guys?
What was the other one?
Corridor.
Indie Mogul. Yeah, Corridor.
Oh, yeah. Indie Mogul.
Indie Mogul was a big one.
Yep. Amazing. For anybody trying to start up in video, those are some great channels you want to check out.
Honestly, all you need. It's like the starter pack for
Yep.
video making.
100%.
So yeah, that was what, 20... I don't know.
Oh, my God. Oh, I would have been 2013. That's when I graduated.
Yeah, so 2014. I was trying to think of like the actual timeline, like when I started doing shit.
Oh, yeah. True.
In grade 7, I started experimenting with, I think it was called FX Home. And it was like, yeah, it was like the poor man's After Effects at the time.
Nice.
And I used to torrent the shit out of it.
Yep.
And
Never paid for a program.
never. And the reason why I did is because it came with like preset effects that you could just like throw on top, like muzzle flashes and stuff.
Incredible.
So I did all these stupid videos, like 10-second videos of me. Oh, that's the other thing too. I didn't have a camera. I just had my mom's like point and shoot, and it only took 10-second segments of video
Come on.
at like 720 by 480.
The best of the quality at the time.
So I had these little like 10-second snippets of me like dodging bullets and like having bullet holes on the walls.
That's
and like,
incredible.
yeah, that
I'd
was,
like to see those.
yeah, they exist somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like fell in love with being able to like make that kind of stuff because I was so like oblivious like how it was done. We used to like watch behind the scenes stuff, but I never realized like, oh shit, like you can actually put in muzzle flashes and stuff without actually firing a weapon.
Yep.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. In high school, you were just kind of doing that already.
High school, I forget who even, I think a buddy of mine said like, hey, why don't you come join this tech team? Like, I know you're into video and stuff. No, you know what it was actually? It was that too, kind of, but I was in design tech. I was in Degan Tech.
Oh, Gigantech. Same.
Yep.
The
And
best.
literally. And I think we had to do a project, me and Alex had to do a project on, I forget what it was. It was like your career or some shit. I put screenshots in the PowerPoint of like my After Effects like timeline because I'd like figured out how to kind of use it at that point. And the other tech teacher who like shared an adjacent room, Mr. Faz, shout out to Faz, saw me presenting that like right through the glass doors, and like this guy's like unreal high energy, so he came like running over and he was like, you know After Effects? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. He's like, you want to join tech team? And I'm like, okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
Recruited right away.
Literally, I had no idea what it was, and yeah, ended up being mentored by the guy, and kind of just bloomed from there.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
How about you?
Well, mine was a much nerdier start. My background started in animation. I was doing a little bit of stick figure animation. I used to be a huge YouTuber back in the day.
Massive.
Yeah.
But like
you know.
legit though.
Yeah, some of those videos have like 80,000 views and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It was so I just liked building like little stories, and I liked the whole creation process. And then I kind of started with same type of thing, like your parents' camera. You just start like screwing around with it, and you're like, yo, this is cool. Like you get to build a story and make people laugh, and you know what I mean, that whole entertainment thing. It's pretty cool. And then high school came around. And like at the time I was like very fit and played sports, so that was my focus. But I heard of athletic council, so I was like, oh, like, you know, how can I be involved here? And there were no spots open except for like the tech person on the team. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do that. Like, I'm down. I'll do some videos. Like, I have some background in it. And that's when I met Jeff Keegs, the kid.
Keegs.
Yeah, I want you. Yeah, so met him, and he was like, yeah, man, would love to have you on the team. Like, you seem like a good kid. Let's do it. And then I just started filming sports in grade 10, which is pretty interesting because, like, that's like what I do now.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, yeah, started in grade 10 shooting as a joke. And then it was like, you know, did athletic council for 2 years, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do athletic council. I just want to join my grade 12 year. And then student council was like, hey, we heard you're not on athletic council. I'm like, yeah. They're like, you want to be on student council? I'm like,
no problem.
I'm like, shit, I guess I kind of have to do that. So did that. And then, yeah, that was it. Just started going with it. Ended up getting a co-op with Jay Loops. Jay Loopish, yeah, Lupi and the Pies. And 12B, stayed back for 12B to play sports, and took the call for video, realized that you can actually do it as a job, and I was like, let's fucking do this. So
incredible.
That was it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Should we talk about our intersection in high school or what?
Oh yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
100%. And we are on opposing teams,
opposing sides. Yeah. So I really didn't know Reece well. No. Like at all. Like just in passing, maybe. Yeah. Like
I just knew you made videos.
Yep. Yeah. Literally, and the same. Yep. Same for you.
Yep.
Yeah, we basically just had this like silent competition, I guess. So we kind of had some mutual friends that kind of like were friends with the both of us.
Yep.
And yeah, it was very like one-sided friendships on both sides. Yep. Just because like we would do a video and then like Reece would do a video and we'd be like, fuck, like that video's fucking good. Like now we got to come out of the gate and just like not try and one up, but just like try and do something cool.
Oh, yeah, I tried one up for sure.
Yep.
100%. Because then you guys would one up and I'd be like, shit, I gotta come back now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that kind of bounced back and forth for like a very, very long time. Till one day, mutual friend of ours, Jake, was like, hey, like you guys want to shoot like a music video, like the both of you. And we were like,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. But I feel like we both had like the mutual respect to be like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
Let's do this, right?
Yeah, we both knew that like the both of us had some kind of skills. We were like, yeah, why not?
Yep.
And then we did slow dancing, I think was the
first one.
First, yep.
And then we actually got along.
Yep.
I was like, oh, this guy's cool.
Literally. And then we did one more music video at St. Paul for the guys in Avenue Inn. And then I think after that, it was just kind of like we were good.
Yep.
We were cool.
But we weren't buddies at that point.
It was just like, hey, man, like, good job. Like, see ya.
Never talk to me again.
Yep, literally. Bye. And then, one fateful night, bonded over some drinks.
Yep.
Kind of just opened up to each other. Like, alcohol was kind of involved for sure.
Oh, 100% was.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
A lot. And, we just like, we didn't like know each other at all. So it was just kind of like wait, what? Like you like Star Wars too?
Yeah.
Like yeah, man. Like you have no idea. Like Phantom Menace. Like Qui-Gon does this. I'm like, oh shit. Like you actually.
You like actually know Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
And then we
just like, oh yeah, you know my birthday's coming up soon. Like we're doing this thing. Oh, me too. Oh, when's your birthday? August 18th.
Oh no way, man. Both Leos.
Oh.
18th?
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I was like, all right, this guy's like legit.
Yeah.
And then hated you ever since.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. It just that was like the defining moment, I think, in our friendship. We were just like, why was all this hate passed back and forth?
I know.
And
so
then
the lesson learned there, I guess, is like, I don't know, just like be open to anything, I guess, really. I don't even know what the lesson is. I'm just happy I acquired a best friend, you know?
Oh, so, Binky.
Yeah, so I mean, like, after that whole night, it was kind of like we just kept working on more projects, and then we kind of just started, like, hanging out on the side, and then I guess the biggest thing that brought us together was the whole Gannon Baker thing, which we talked about on the last episode with me. We had to do 1,000 videos together, so
Was it
Literally
1,039?
1,039, yeah. And like the phone call was made.
Yeah, I got this is like our friendship was still kind of young-ish. Like we were like hanging out at this point, I think. But Reece got back from Florida. I was literally on the way home from the airport, and you're like, "Yeah, what are you doing for the month of December?" I'm like,
Excuse me?
What do you mean? And I'm like, like you're gonna have to be more specific. He's like, well, like I literally just shot 1,039 videos, like nowhere will I, like 2 to 4 minute videos. Like I need you to come through and like help me with this After Effects.
Yeah.
Like putting graphics on the video. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like 100%. And I'm like, I'm in.
That was insane.
Let's do it.
Because you're literally the only other guy I knew that like was like pretty proficient in After Effects, and like I was like, yo, let's fucking do this.
Yep.
And the fact that you're like, yeah, like no questions, like didn't ask. It was not like, well, like this and that. You're like, yep. I'm like,
yep, no problem.
oh, this guy's like a beast. So yeah. So we spent many times down here.
Literally, yeah, throughout a month. I think we bounced around. Like we'd spend like a week at your house, week at mine.
Yeah, so we wouldn't get insane.
Yep.
And, yeah.
I think within the first like week and a half, we only did something like not even 200 of them or something like that.
Yeah, we're like, we have to make this more efficient and like kick it up a little bit, or else we're not going to make the deadline, because we had to get it done in like a month.
Literally, yeah.
So.
We had the schedule going. We go get food and play catch outside, even though it was negative 20 in the middle of the winter.
Like we need to like do something to get out of like just sitting at a desk. Yeah.
No, that was solid. That was like the defining like moments of our friendship, I think.
It's when we really started to see like how similar we were.
Yep.
It was like at
jokes
that point,
were similar.
Yeah.
Personalities. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Yep.
Love that.
High five, friend.
Yes, friend. High five.
I can't reach because I'm short.
Have fun. Don't die.
Yes. Nike, except huge.
Love that. So I think we have some questions from some people
do.
here about what they want to hear us talk about, and I mean, we have Gavin Ray that says talk about Baby Yoda memes.
Yeah. Gavin, how can we even do that?
Yeah, like Baby Yoda's amazing. That's about as much as we can say.
Beep. The Switch meme. That's all I'll give you, Gav.
There you go, Gav. That one's for you. We have another one here that says, "What are both of your biggest inspirations?" Ooh, that's a good one. You want to go first? Or you want to think about it?
I think I have kind of like a dual answer to this.
Please go ahead.
Working inspiration and just purely like work ethic, and who inspired me was again like high school tech teacher Frank Fazzolari. Yeah, guy was a beast, and like he had like a take no shit attitude.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like pure proficiency. Like we'd come in every morning, even like me, Jake, me, Alex, like we come in at like literally 6 a.m. some days, which people like we tell people that and they're like, what? Like, no way. Like, that's a joke. Like, no, like legit. We were there like before the like janitorial staff and everything. Like, the only other guy that was there was Degano. We'd see the dead of winter, like 2 feet of snow. Degan's fucking 5:59 a.m.
Just at his computer.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hey boys.
That's as serious as a heart attack.
Literally. But
the
like,
best line.
oh, the best. And yeah, but no, like Faz would be like, if you want it that badly and like you want to help out and you want to like make a name for yourself like within the school and beyond, then like do it, get it done. And like so we did. So we'd come in 6 a.m. We'd stay till like 10, 11 p.m. Go get pizza, come back. My dad's cousin was one of the staff members and janitorial staff, so like he let us back in, and
That's awesome.
it was just like, yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of kept that with me. And then like my dad be my second one, just because he's been like the driving force between everything that I've been doing.
That's awesome.
And like very supportive too. Like he's like, after 1 year of Brock, I was like, I hate like doing this right now. Like I can't stand the courses I'm in. Like I want to go to Toronto, like blah, blah, blah. He's like, yep, no problem.
That's awesome.
I'm like, yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, those are mine. How about you?
Unreal. I wasn't gonna go that deep with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I feel bad.
Okay.
Feel bad for not saying deep things like that. I was gonna be like, yeah, you know, like HK Army when I was in grade 9. It was like my inspiration on how to shoot video. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go that route instead.
Okay.
'Cause that's what I was thinking about. So
Sorry, I took that way too.
no, it's
way
great.
too literally. Yeah.
No, it was great. It was awesome. But yeah, so my inspiration for shooting, HK Army in their like prime. of like 2012 to like, I don't know, like 2015, their video guys and editors were just like, I just love their stuff. And I was like, wow, like I want to shoot and edit like this. So if like you look at their videos and you look at my videos, you'll be like, wow, that guy like easily took a a ton of things from him. So thank you, fellas. Yeah, on that.
Amazing.
Trying to think who else. Like obviously, Film Riot was always an inspiration for work wise. Yeah. Business wise, two of my mentors, Mihai Raducanu and Kelly Provost. You guys are amazing. Love you guys dearly. Those two have just like really helped me out and have challenged me to, I guess, be better all the time. They ask me the right questions all the time. They're always like telling me to never settle, I guess. So those two, obviously now I got to say my parents. I don't have to say my parents. I want to say my parents. They've been like super supportive. Yeah. Have to. Yeah. They've been like super supportive. Especially when I chose to drop out of Brock, which was an interesting one because, I'm Italian. So, Italian. Oh, what? Yeah. It was, it was more so like me just being like, yeah, like, I'm going to drop out. And my mom was like, haha, like, you're going to push through. I'm like, I already did. And it was just like, boom, like 4-hour sit down on the couch. And like, I actually ended up convincing my dad. So my dad took my side. Love you, Al. But then, my mom, she had to take some time with it, sit with it a little bit and just be like, all right, like, I see that you're actually going to work hard. You're not going to be a goofball only sometimes. Yeah. And, that was it.
Well, you don't party, so.
No, never.
It's okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's unreal, though.
Yeah.
Big GR now.
Speaking of school, how'd you like school?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still in school.
True.
I got to be careful how I word this. Okay. Film school. Okay, so I went to Brock for 1 year. As you know, it was weird like talking to you, telling you this because like this.
No, yeah.
So
no, it's all good.
Went to Brock for a year in film studies, but what they don't tell the scouts that come and try and lure you into their schools is just like, oh, first year is just to wean everyone out, and like it's all the driest, nonsensical BS like we could possibly think of to pack into a course.
Nice.
Or a program, sorry.
Love that.
Yep. So got there and it was very like, we had one film class and it was all theory based. So like all like actual studies, like.
And you're so used to actually like being practically
100%. Because I'd done music videos before that. I'd done a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, it was like a big turn off. Like me and Alex were just like, okay, like this stuff's interesting. And like we did learn from it, but it's also like, okay, like if we stay at Brock, what are we going to be doing? And I'm not like bashing the program. Like people like film journalism, all that kind of stuff. Like sure. But for us, it was just like, okay, we're missing that practical component.
Especially if that's what you're used to doing. It's
like
all of a sudden,
exactly.
There's nothing there. Nice.
Yeah. And we were asking people who were in the program, like some of our TAs, like, oh, like what do you do in like years 2, 3, 4 kind of thing? And they were like, well, it's kind of like this. And in your and like in your last year, like when you do your thesis, like you can kind of do whatever you want. Like you can be practical if you want, but like you don't really get taught that per se. And we were like,
that's good.
Leaving. And yeah, but so literally after first semester, we looked into this school. The Radio College of Canada offered a program. It was like their own division called like TFS, Toronto Film School, and then we ended up getting in because like we thought it was like super exclusive, which like kind of is, kind of isn't. And yeah, we got accepted after first semester, but we ended up finishing our second semester first before we left. And then literally like that fall, I think we had October start. Yeah, we like went apartment hunting, moved in together, and we did.
Nice.
We were gone for like 1.5 years, almost 2 years.
Sure it happen, eh?
Yeah.
Just like boom.
Again, we were like, fuck, like this is what we want. Like, let's go for it.
That's awesome.
And yeah, like TFS was like pretty cool. You learned a lot of practical stuff. Like you wouldn't even think of learning. Like we were the last cohort to learn how to like bag film. So like to not expose it to light, you actually have to go into a black bag and do it blind. Put the film in the cartridge, whatever. Yeah. So like we were the last to do that. So like all that kind of stuff was really cool to me because it's like a dying art form, and it's like, okay, I actually know how to do that. Oh,
it seems like interesting, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then like not to mention like some of our cinematography teachers were like beasts and been in the industry like for 25 years and doing lighting rigs and setting up like 12Ks and giant lights and
that's it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff. Kind of like 3/4 of the way through for me though, I was like, okay, like I've kind of learned all that I've wanted to learn about like the actual like film industry, so to speak, and like I don't know if like the actual like set life in terms of like 16-hour days with like 2,000 crew members type stuff is like my kind of jam,
right?
At least for like that time,
right?
So I was like, hey, what can I kind of do to like incorporate this stuff and try and like do my own stuff? So started my own little thing, did some design stuff, and then that's when we started picking up more on the business end anyway. But I don't know, so I can't say like I hate school because I'm in teachers college right now. That'd be bad. I don't know, like I love education, like I love educating people, but I'm very picky when it comes to it. So like if something just isn't working for me anymore, I'll be like, that's it. Like I've learned what I had, and now I have that info under my belt, or that knowledge under my belt, and that's all she wrote. Like let's apply it to other things right now, right? So,
and I think it's pretty interesting too that you're able to be like, hey, like I'm gonna look ahead in my program and see, like, you know, well, this is exactly what these people are doing, and also, and then you know what I mean, and then you're able to just like change routes and say, okay, this is not what I want to learn anymore. Because I feel like some people just say like, oh, you know, I'm stuck, you know, I already chose this like path. And now like you're back doing teachers college, and it's like you're like learning is never over.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just like
learning is always an asset, like regardless of the actual like logistical thing of like, oh, like I have an online class starting Monday, like I gotta organize like my whole work schedule around that now, and like like business stuff with us, like like want to get together, we gotta meet, okay, I have to prioritize my time. It's just like the actual process is a burden, not what I'm learning.
Because so obviously like you want to be doing everything, right? But
no, exactly.
I think it's interesting too that you're able to be in teachers college, but then also be a part of, you know, Instillment and be like, make time for both. Some people are like, well, I'm in school, I can't do that. It's like, no, exactly. You can if you want to. So
that's a good point too. I mean, like balance is everything, right? For anyone out there, like saying like, no, I can't do this, I can't go to the gym for a half hour because like I'm tired, I just worked. Like just sort your shit out.
Prioritize.
Priority is key.
100%, man. I mean, you already know my outlook on school. But I'll just talk about it for a little bit here. I think I don't want to like start saying shit's flawed and stuff, but it is. And I just think it's like even like you said, you know, the first year, the second year of just like, it's just bullshit stuff to weed people out. Why?
It's all business.
Like, it's just like, why do that when you can condense everything, right? And like, I mean, we won't say too much here, but Instillment Academy is going to be hoping to, you know, kind of take that edge off and be like, here's exactly what you need to be doing something, you know?
Exactly.
I mean? And so, like, I don't know, at least from my experience, when I went into Brock for a year and a half, and it was just like, you know, I walked into my one business class, and the prof, out of 300 people, I was wearing a hat. He's like, excuse me, sir, you can either take your hat off or get out of my lecture. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm paying to be here, first of all. I'll wear whatever the fuck I want. And second of all, like, I know you're trying to be like, oh, I'm authoritative and stuff. Like, shut up, man. We're all fucking adults here now, and you're treating us like adults, and you want us to be adults and choose the path for our whole life, but then you're going to...
I can't wear a hat. That's really going to affect your lecture.
It truly is. Yeah, exactly.
Big
ass. So, like, you know what I mean? And like, that was like the first taste of Brock I got. And I was like, all right, clearly I'm going to have to like fucking make my own opportunities here, which I did. And I like, school is literally the last thing I did at Brock. It was like Kickstarter, film sports, network. And by network, I mean actually create relationships with people. And then school came last. I don't regret going to Brock because I met so many people, got to realize that I didn't want to do it, but then it was time to say no. And like, you know, 2 weeks after, I think it was, or 2 or 3 weeks after I legit dropped out, I was in New York City filming my first gig there, shooting for some like college basketball, right? So it was like, but what I want to reinstate here is that it wasn't like I'm going to drop out today. It was like a year of planning and being like, do I want to do this? Can I do this? Here's my business. I'm going to register my business. I'm going to make sure I get some grants. I'm going to make sure I have mentorship.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Because
you're setting yourself up for success before you actually just pulled out and said, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't just like, no, tomorrow I'm dropping out. It was like, okay, if I'm going to drop out, let's make sure I'm going to land on my feet and be able to actually like have a chance at this shit, right? So yeah, because I a couple people have like messaged me and just been like, hey man, like, you know, what's your thoughts? Like, you dropped out of school, like, should I do that? And I'm like, I would never tell you to drop out of school unless you have a plan and you're like willing to actually like fucking put in the work. Because like, how many nights have we spent down here like just grinding on like branding or working on a plan, and how many plans have failed, right? It's like, I mean, obviously the biggest one we've been working on for a couple months, and then last minute it doesn't work out. Nice. There's 3 months we won't get back, but it's like, hey,
it is what it is.
Keep moving on. Yeah.
And that's a learning experience in itself. So
100%.
Yeah. You take what you can get and you learn from literally just life.
100%.
But yeah, school has its place for people. So don't just be like, oh, like I want to be a dentist, but you know what? I'm going to teach myself and I'm going to go out and I'm going to perform a fucking root canal.
Yeah.
In my own practice in my basement. Like, no,
you don't
go to school.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
But yeah, I don't know. Definitely is a place for some people. And
but it's all depending on how you learn, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Like I learned from doing and failing. That's just how 100%. I am.
Yeah, as do I.
Yeah, visual person. You know, so stats wasn't my thing, obviously.
I stopped taking math grade 11. So
yeah.
You have to talk to me about numbers.
Fair enough. I used to be good at math. Never mind. I was going to tell a story about my stats exam, but I don't think that's very inspirational, so I won't. Basically, I went to my exam without a calculator because I knew I was dropping out. Nice.
Good,
Anakin. Yeah. Life. Learning. Always learning.
Yep.
Like I said on the last episode, too, like, as soon as you're done learning, you might as well just stop life.
Exactly.
Because it's like, there's so much. So much to learn out there.
Exactly. If you're dropping out of school with the intention of being like, I never want to like be in an institution because I want to do my own thing, that's a different story than saying, oh, I want to quit school because like I don't want to learn this shit anymore. Like I don't want to learn anything. Because either way, you're gonna learn shit. Yeah. Down the road, you're gonna learn stuff as you live life, whether or not that's you just getting a 9-to-5 job or you making your own business or whatever it may be. So. Yeah, you can't restrict yourself from actually wanting to learn and learn.
Absolutely. But I think another thing too is just exploring the path and seeing like, you know, what is out there for me. Because some people just say, well, like I want to do this, and it's not because they're making a bad decision or, you know, they just don't know. You know what I mean? Educate yourself on, okay, if I want to make videos and film for sports, how do I get there? Who do I talk to? Who's doing this right now? What does their path look like? Yeah, Ghostbusters for sure, 100%.
Sorry, yeah,
it's all good. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I was lucky enough to have Jay at first as a mentor to see like, hey, you know, wow, this guy's actually like doing it. How did he do that? Ask him questions. And then I met Mihai. Well, Mihai, how did you start your business? How did you grow it? Well, you know, I got 4 hours of sleep a night while I was doing my master's and creating this business. Oh, so you're a machine. Nice. Like, you know what I mean? It's just all how much you want it. So at the end of the day.
The wise words of Jeff Keegan.
Yes. I want you.
Heated garage.
Literally. Yeah. So, I mean, like even like us right now, I think it's pretty cool. Do you want to tell them kind of about what, because I've been talking for like 12 years, like about kind of what we're even just working on today?
Sure. Yeah, just like we try and just constantly grow and just make ourselves better. So for New Year's, we were talking about like how we want to set out our goals, and Reece was saying like he wants to set out an action plan of like rules, goals, and skills to improve over like the next year and beyond kind of thing. It's just like the little things, like if anyone is starting their own business or maybe just like has someone helping with their business at this point and just like has
self-development in
general, right? 100%. Different ways of doing this obviously, but we created a Google site, which basically just a website but free to use, and yeah, we just like laid out our business goals, our rules to follow in our business, the skills that we want to develop within the business, and then we did our own personal sets of those same goals, rules, and skills. just to like kind of unify. Yeah, but like Dan, like other member of Instillment, lives in Brampton, so it's kind of hard to sometimes like liaise with him and like just talk about our goals and just like kind of just like level out. So we figured it'd be a great idea to just kind of unify one another, and we can look at each other's goals and like encourage each other's goals. And like we have this like stats form too. We can say like, hey, this is how much time I spent kind of messing around this week. Like I want to drop that number to 40 hours instead of like 60 for this month, kind of thing. And yeah, just like accountability, holding each other accountable. And it just goes a long way, especially we have a lot of stuff coming in the pipeline this year. So it'll be very good to kind of keep everyone on track and keep everyone's priorities set.
Yeah, because if we don't document all this stuff and if we don't hold each other accountable, none of these goals that we have for this year are ever going to come to fruition, because it's basically going to be those 1,000 videos in that one December, except every month.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
literally though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is how it has to be.
Yeah. Which
like
is
if
fine
you want
with
it,
me.
work for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally fine with me. But yeah. And I think another thing too is that's not going to be like difficult, but something that we have to remember is just to be honest with ourselves. Cause like, you know, there's no point in saying like, oh, I went to the gym 5 times today cause that was my goal, but then you only went 3. It's like, no, like be honest. So then you know, like, hey, why did I only go 3 times this week? Let's ask myself. And again, this is another tip from Mihai, who told us like, hey, document everything this year so you know exactly where you went wrong, where you were really good, why, all that stuff, right? So
100%.
TFTI. The fuck does that mean? Alex said that. What the fuck does that mean?
Hey Google, what does TFTI mean?
Thanks for the invite.
That's good. That's good. Hi, Alex.
Have to keep that.
Yeah, 100%. That's going in. That's going in. Oh.
I'm fucking crying. That kid is great.
That's incredible.
I love him. So another question we had was about our creative process and how we
get through projects.
Yeah.
You really want to know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that was good, Alex. Well done.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, that's broad. Like it depends. Like, you know, are we talking films? Are we talking music videos? They're all different, right?
I think
like general...
at the core of our process, though, I would say, first of all, always make a plan, obviously. I mean, in terms of video and even photo sometimes, like shot lists are huge just in the planning stages too.
For sure. Because I think once you have the shot list, then it's like locations, actors, props.
Yep. Exactly.
How much time do we need dialogue?
Social media is a great tool to use too nowadays to get actors, especially if you don't want to pay.
Or if you don't have the ability to pay, because a lot of clients think that you have unlimited friends to choose from, and just like, you know, we'll get some people.
Get some people.
Yeah, we'll just get some people that we know from the office. Really, I didn't know they had a degree in acting and they were actually good. And so it's one of those things that don't get mad because they don't know that stuff. You just have to explain, like, listen, like I appreciate that, you know, you're saying, oh, you know people, but I think it would be in our best interest to do this because these are professionals. They want to be here. It'll make your video look better. It'll make your business look better. And then if they still insist that, you know, okay, we don't want to allocate budget, no problem. You work with what you have, and, you know, you inspire those people to be as best as they can be in that moment on set, right? So,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of like actual set, just like keep it kind of loose and fun.
Yeah.
You're like the king of this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Like for good reason though. Like even just my experiences in Toronto, like being on short film sets and stuff during school. It's always so like cut and dry, like serious, like this is that. Like you have your friends on set too, but it's always so like dead serious, and you got to have fun with it. Like you always hear of these directors kind of chirping their actors, or like Zack Snyder, for example, a director that we like, used to have like push-up contests. So like someone would challenge something in a scene, like, oh, like I don't think like my character would say that, and he's like, oh yeah, like all right, drop set, let's go right now. Like if you can, if you can out push up me, like then you can have your way.
That's
like
incredible. Stuff
stuff like that, right? I know it's a little different with us, but
same point though.
Have fun, but stay on task.
Absolutely.
I think that's
That's the biggest rule.
Yeah.
If you're have fun, have as much fun as you want, but make sure you get the job done.
100%.
For sure. There's a time where you have to rally the troops in sometimes because
Yep.
it gets a little too fun. But I think I think with that though, you have to come in like the first thing that you say, especially if you're working with people that you've never met before. If you don't lead with joking, then when you joke later on, they're gonna be like, "Well, like."
Yeah. Exactly.
So like, at least I try right away in my like intro speech or whatever. I try and like let them know that I'm a goofball and that like, hey, like we're gonna have fun today. We're gonna get it done and it's gonna be sick. But even like, I'm thinking of Pearl Gloves right now. Like you guys will see the behind the scenes for it, which is amazing. Well done, Ben. But but like, yeah, I think right away Brent introduced me and I was just like, what's going on, guys? Like we're gonna fucking kill it today. Like you guys all look amazing. Don't kill each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like just kind of poking fun at the situation because it was tense, right? They had to face off against their opponents in this creative shoot, but I think everyone had a good time. Everyone was excited about it, and
100%.
I mean, we had a good time.
Yep, it was a blast.
Some fun, yeah. It was like a hard 4 hours of just like straight work, but
yep.
crushed
Especially
it.
if you have spine issues and you have to stand for that long. Ooh, buddy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like post-production process for us is kind of hilarious. So
man.
this is what I was excited to get to.
Yeah, me too. This is like, I think post-production can sometimes be the most fun.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think one day we're just gonna like slap a GoPro in the corner and just kind of show people what
Now
actually
that we
happens.
won a GoPro 7, GoPro Hero 7 Black from my road reel.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Slap that
like
up
actually though, all about that blaze. That blaze, nice. I can talk well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like if anyone was to just sit like just behind us two, for like an hour, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
just like sometimes it's literally like gibberish that we're just spitting out, and like word association is huge.
It's big.
It's not even word association at this point. Sorry, it's more like just like
Any connection
sound
made ever.
And, yeah, like the first letter of a word, and then you just merge it with something else. Like,
Yes,
oh,
and
like
purge it as
how
well.
about that coffee? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Just stuff like that. But it keeps it fun because honestly, I know a lot of creatives who think post-production is like the worst part.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you're just sitting there, you're not doing anything. But we make it fun. And I mean, like, I personally like it because you get to piece everything together.
100%.
But yeah, it's fun. And it's fun to do it in company. I know some people may struggle with kind of editing stuff when they're with somebody, but I feel like we always do that, and like it's not a bother. Like obviously there'll be points where you get in the zone, you need to like listen to audio and stuff, but
100%.
for the most part,
But you
it's
feed
like-
off that energy.
Yeah.
Like not even like that hyperactive energy, but that like, oh, like you're crushing work right now. Like, oh shit, like now I'm focusing on mine, and like, oh, like you just kind of get into this rhythm.
100%.
And,
Oh,
like-
dude, check out this scene really quick. Dude, that's unreal.
Yeah,
And,
it's
like,
incredible,
yeah. So, but I mean, like, I don't know if we should go too much into detail, but basically, one of the biggest rules that I've learned in my short time as a creative is back your fucking footage up. I've lost 3 hard drives. I've had to tell clients that I do not have the footage because I've either not backed it up or something's happened to it. So, like,
Invest in rugged drives.
data security. Yeah, invest in rugged drives, as you see. None of them really.
Don't follow our example.
Yeah, but yeah, data storage and security, that's like number one. Obviously organization is a big number 2, because if you're not organized on shit, like especially we'll take that Gannon Baker 1,000 videos. If we weren't organized in between like days and things and titles,
You
and,
screwed. Shout out to
Done.
Mihai again.
yeah,
Organizational beast. Had
Absolutely.
a big Google Doc, everything laid out, video numbers. Yeah,
it's unreal.
organization's key.
Yeah, I'm sick. I'm trying to think what else. Pick the right fucking music, please, for the love of God. Spend time on music. I see so many things that like audio can debatably be more important in videos,
100%.
which sounds really weird, but it's like if your audio's shit or the song doesn't fit or it's not like the pace that you want it, you know what I mean? Like you can't go into like a boxing match and play country. It's just not going to work, you know what I mean? So spend time finding the right music, and then tell your clients that on
Cut
your
properly to that music too.
Yes. Yeah. We like to edit to the beats. I think most people do. I mean, of course, like in filmmaking stuff, you don't always have to do that, but with most commercial work, you try and play with the beats. And make sure your client knows then on the first edit, that is their chance to change the music.
Yep.
After that, it's locked in.
No more.
Because especially if it's a complicated edit and you change that music afterwards, the whole thing's fucked.
100%.
You gotta like re-edit the whole thing.
Yep.
So make sure you put that in your contracts, or you make it clear ahead of time that, hey guys, like this is your chance to change the music.
Yep.
That's another lesson that I've learned the hard way.
For photos, if you're doing photos for any client work, like just family photos or engagement photos, or I won't go so far as wedding photos, but make sure you have a portfolio ready to show your client and say, hey, like this is what I've done. I mean, Instagram basically is everyone's portfolio nowadays, but just make sure you get that out of the way first, because the worst thing that can happen, it happened to me a lot when I was just kind of starting out doing actual, paid gigs, was, hey, yeah, photos are great, but like we were kind of looking for this, and you're like,
But that's not what I do.
yeah. And it's like, but like I thought you knew my stuff. So like really hammer that in. Be like, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I have done. This is going to be kind of what, different locations and whatnot, obviously, but this is going to be what you can expect. And if you like it, fine. If not, like I can recommend you to someone else, because I'm in no interest with arguing you about fucking family portraits that I just took of your kid.
Yeah, and it's just not going to work out well at all. And I think like this comes from experience too. It's just the right questions to ask at first, which I think that'd be a good Academy video. Just like stuff to include in that initial email of like, hey, location, people, time, this and that. Just so you know, it's only going to be this, right? As long as you're clear with people, but sometimes they can get muddy, because I think the biggest thing is that, or at least the biggest thing that I've struggled with, and I know I do, is just sometimes I assume people know, so I don't say it. Yep. Because I'm just like, oh, it's obvious, but it's not obvious to everybody. It's just obvious to me because I do it every fucking day. So it's like, yeah. Even if it seems stupid to explain it, you might as well just get it out there.
Just do
it's
it.
like, because then they're like, oh, maybe they don't know or whatever it is. But
exactly.
That's been a lesson that I've learned a lot this year. So, But yeah, I think like this process is something that you're going to see a lot more of, because this year one of our goals is going to be to try and show exactly what we do, whether it's on an educational side or an entertainment side, because Instillment is going to be divided up into many different branches this year as it goes on throughout the year and the progression happens. But the two biggest ones right now are obviously HQ, which is this. But if you want to talk a little bit more about kind of what HQ is going to evolve to, because you're the one who's going to be creating it. So.
So HQ obviously is headquarters. If you didn't know. Yeah. No, but like honestly speaking, like it's going to be basically the ins and outs of our like headquarters, so to speak. The processes, what we were just talking about, like from the planning stages to the actual shoots on set, to our post-production work, and it's basically just gonna flesh out our process and hopefully give everyone a good glimpse of what we're all about and how we operate behind closed doors. So,
and a good laugh.
And a good laugh or two. Yeah.
We don't have any fun while working.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
There's no filter though, so beware.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be really good. We're really excited to show everyone. So,
and I'm confident that showing that will hopefully show people that, hey, we would not only want to hire these guys because they do good work and cool shit, but they're fun. Yep. Because again, like we said earlier, like I don't know about you, but if I'm hiring somebody to make a video or do literally anything for me, I want to have fun with that person, because life's fucking short. Have fun.
Exactly.
But to get on a little more of the serious side, another thing that we're going to be showing as well is the Academy side of things, which we're going to be kind of breaking down different strategies that we use in terms of like the actual creative side of like editing. We're going to break down, how to work with clients, how to shoot weddings, how to shoot sports. And there's going to be all kinds of stuff like that. Hopefully a course at some point, but everything's going to be worked out, and there's so many details to be figured out that it's crazy. But again, it's going to be one of the goals for this year that we wrote down. So
100%.
We're going to get it fucking done because we're motivated and inspired. But
and instill memories as well.
Yes, instill memories.
It's going to be a big one.
Yes. Officially doing weddings now.
There you go. Officially.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be.
Wasn't official before.
No, it wasn't. But now it is. Yeah, we're going to be officially doing weddings now because why not? I think weddings are so much fun. They come really easy to us, and that'll be launched the soonest out of all the things,
Mhm.
other than HQ, I guess. But
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, and there's one more secret one that we can't tell you about, but it's the biggest of them all. And if it all goes well, then golly heavens.
You'll be hearing a lot about that. Yeah.
Yes, and
Mhm.
I'm super stoked for that.
Pumped.
Yeah,
It's gonna be sick.
because I can't wait to talk about it afterwards. Because it's like this, if this works out, and when I say if, I mean it is going to work out at some point. But
Yep.
when this works out, I can't wait to show that process of how an idea that failed so hard
Mhm.
turned into something that's so good. So fuck, I
Gotta
just
trust the
farted
process.
so bad. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Love it. But
Yeah.
that's it. Check out our stuff. I mean, hey guys, if you could purchase a sweater because
Yeah.
they're ultra comfy.
Ultra comfy, Unreal Designs.
Mm-hmm. Ben designed them. Amazing. And
Yeah.
they help with all our creative projects. So for example, our winning action short there, everything, a portion of the sweater purchase goes to projects like that to help us like kind of and just support us in terms of like, hey, we want to do this creative thing that entertains you guys hopefully, and it allows us to kind of make our visions come to life, and so
Yep.
we'd really appreciate that. So
100%. Yeah.
Come
The
part
more
of
of
this-
these that are purchased, the more designs we'll be pumping out.
yeah, and the bigger
Yeah.
projects that we can do hopefully. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Check us out though. We're all over the place on Instagram, on Facebook. Check out our website, which is being very populated very soon.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
stoked for 2020.
It's gonna be unreal.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Leave
thanks for listening.
Yeah, leave a comment, shoot us an email on what you want to hear us talk about next. But
Yeah. 100%.
we're stoked.
Any guest ideas too? We're always open to anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for listening, friends.